Nigeria, Africa's most populous country and one of its largest economies, is positioned to be a dominant force in the 21st century. With a combination of a young, dynamic population, vast natural resources, a burgeoning tech sector, and increasing political influence, Nigeria has the potential to play a pivotal role not just in Africa, but on the global stage. However, unlocking this potential will depend on addressing critical challenges such as corruption, infrastructure, and security. This video delves into why Nigeria could become a global powerhouse in the coming decades, exploring both the opportunities and obstacles that lie ahead. First and foremost, Nigeria's demographic advantage is one of the strongest factors that could propel it to dominance in the 21st century. With a population of over 200 million people and projections indicating that it could reach 400 million by 2050, Nigeria is on track to become the third most populous country in the world. This demographic shift is particularly significant because Nigeria's population is exceptionally young. Around 43% of Nigerians are under the age of 15. A large youthful population can be a tremendous asset, providing a vast labor force that could drive economic growth and innovation. If properly harnessed, this demographic dividend could help Nigeria become an engine of global economic development. However, turning this potential into reality will require substantial investments in education, healthcare, and job creation to ensure that the youth have the skills and opportunities needed to contribute to the economy. Another factor contributing to Nigeria's potential dominance is its abundant natural resources. The country is rich in oil, natural gas, minerals, and arable land. Nigeria is one of the world's top oil producers, and oil revenues have historically been the backbone of the Nigerian economy. However, over-reliance on oil has made Nigeria vulnerable to fluctuations in global oil prices. To achieve long-term economic growth, Nigeria will need to diversify its economy beyond oil. Fortunately, the country has made progress in this direction. Agriculture, manufacturing, and services, particularly the financial and tech sectors, have grown in importance in recent years. Nigeria is also rich in renewable energy resources, such as solar power, which could help the country transition to a more sustainable energy future. The Nigerian tech scene is another bright spot in the country's economic landscape. Lagos, Nigeria's largest city, has emerged as a hub for innovation and technology, often referred to as Africa's Silicon Valley. Nigerian tech companies have attracted significant attention and investment from global firms. Startups in fintech, e-commerce, and mobile technology are thriving. And Nigeria has produced several unicorn companies, such as Flutterwave and Interswitch, which are valued at over $1 billion. The country's entrepreneurial spirit and growing digital economy position it as a leader in Africa's tech revolution. With further investment in digital infrastructure and education, Nigeria could become a major player in the global tech industry, driving innovation across the continent and beyond. Nigeria's strategic location and political influence also enhance its prospects for dominance. Situated in West Africa, Nigeria serves as an economic and cultural hub for the region. It is a founding member of the African Union and plays a key role in regional organizations like the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Nigeria's large population and economic clout give it significant sway in African diplomacy, and it is often looked to as a leader in addressing regional security issues, such as terrorism and conflict resolution. Nigeria's growing diplomatic presence extends beyond Africa as well. The country is a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council and has a history of contributing peacekeeping forces to international missions. As Africa's political landscape continues to evolve, Nigeria's leadership role is likely to expand. However, for Nigeria to fully realize its potential, several significant challenges must be addressed. One of the most pressing issues is corruption, which has plagued Nigeria's political and economic systems for decades. Corruption undermines development, erodes trust in institutions, and discourages investment. Despite some progress in recent years, such as the establishment of anti-corruption agencies, tackling this issue remains an uphill battle. Strengthening transparency, governance, and the rule of law will be crucial in attracting foreign investment and ensuring that Nigeria's resources are used for the benefit of all its citizens. Infrastructure is another critical area that Nigeria must improve to support sustained economic growth. The country's roads, power supply, and telecommunications networks are often inadequate to meet the needs of its rapidly growing population and economy. Power outages are frequent, and access to reliable electricity remains a challenge, particularly in rural areas. Poor infrastructure hinders business operations and limits the country's ability to compete on the global stage. Significant investment in infrastructure is needed to unlock Nigeria's full economic potential. The government has launched initiatives to address these shortcomings, including efforts to improve transportation networks and expand access to electricity, but more work is needed to close the infrastructure gap. Security challenges also threaten Nigeria's stability and economic progress. The country faces ongoing conflict with Boko Haram and other extremist groups in the northeast, as well as tensions with militant groups in the oil-rich Niger Delta region. These conflicts have displaced millions of people, disrupted economic activity, and strained the country's resources. Addressing these security challenges will require a comprehensive approach that includes military efforts, economic development, and social programs to address the root causes of violence. Education and healthcare are two other critical areas where Nigeria must improve to fully harness its demographic advantage. While the country has made progress in expanding access to education, quality remains a major concern, particularly in rural areas. Nigeria also faces significant healthcare challenges, with a high maternal and child mortality rate and limited access to quality medical services for much of the population. Investing in human capital, by improving access to education and healthcare, will be essential for ensuring that Nigeria's young population can contribute to the country's economic growth and development. Despite these challenges, Nigeria's future remains full of promise. Its large population, rich resources, and growing tech sector position it as a potential powerhouse in the 21st century. The key to Nigeria's success will lie in addressing the obstacles that have historically held it back: corruption, infrastructure, security, and human capital development. If Nigeria can overcome these challenges, it could emerge as one of the world's leading economies, playing a pivotal role in shaping the future of Africa and the world.